Let's go. What up, my friends? Brodienero. Welcome back to brodienerotv, exclusively on YouTube for now. We're at ADE. This podcast marathon continues. A lot of great people. It's a one-time thing every year, so I'm here to connect with as many cool people as possible. I'm with the man himself, Tom Enzy. What's happening, bro?
Yo, what's up, bro? It's a pleasure to be here, man. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited, mostly, if I'm honest, because I got a bit familiar with your personality in the Make the Girls Dance WhatsApp group, where all the artists that are signed there. And one thing I like about you, bro, you do a good job at, even though it's in like a humorous kind of way, you do a great job of leading and keeping the energy up. Because in these groups, people chime in, they share a couple of things here and there, but you come in and you get everybody active.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that. Where does that energy come from?
Bro, I don't know. I think maybe because, I want to be the opposite of the whole industry that is like fighting with egos and trying to be bigger. And, I don't want to be like that. I want to be the guy that unite people, that bring people together, that make the music bigger, and I always want to be like this, So when I go on the group, for me, it's just like, okay, nobody is active right now. Let's try to activate the people, make some jokes,
Yeah.
And they got super happy, and sometimes I just play the game, make some crazy jokes like beefs,
Yeah.
And they start talking on the group, and I activate the group, as you can see. But my humor, it's always like this, bro. I wake up like this. For example, I got my guy here, my tour manager here on the side, bro.
Yeah.
And like how I'm known by, for example, on my reels, on my story, I put him like he's sleeping, and I go in his room and I wake him up like with a slap, that's me. Good morning, mother freaks, and I do these things, bro. I like this, I'm a very positive person.
Yeah.
And I think this is what makes me do it,
Yeah, cool. No doubt. Speaking about ADE and being here, how many years have you been coming here, and what does this annual event mean to you?
So it's my 4th year here. I think like this ADE and Miami Music Week is where you see what level your project is. Because it's when the people on the street start asking you for a picture, they know your work, they want to talk to you, even other artists, So, and also the people from the industry for sure, people from the clubs, from the labels, they start approaching you more,
Yeah.
I think like ADE is a place that people really need to come, Amsterdam is the place, people need to come. Here is way more opportunities than the people think, So I think like people just need to come and enjoy,
Yeah, no doubt. You have some shows here this week?
Yeah, I have some shows. I have another show tomorrow. I had 2 shows already, but the show tomorrow is going to be sick. Is for Cavo Paradiso and One Day Forever label from my boy Aaron.
Okay, nice. And how do you find that 2025 has been to you in terms of releases? Are you happy with the amount of music that you've been putting out so far? Coming to the end of this year, do you consider next year and think you want to go harder and it's about putting out more music and making bigger moves, or where's your head at?
So I think I don't want to be like a guy that releases a lot of music, because in my past I released 2 in 2 weeks. So I have been trying to slow down, I want to do less quantity, but more quality. So I'm trying to do it. And I stopped doing too much music for streaming, and I've been doing more music for clubs, And right now, I'm thinking in do both sides again, because I don't want to be just the guy that make music only for the clubs, when I know also I'm really good at the most emotional side, and like I wouldn't say popish, because it's not popish, but it's like a side that is also with more emotions, vocals, melodies, and I want to bring that with the drums still, So I want to try to be different, and I'm working for it,
Yeah, nice. I started hearing your music more and more. I mean, you have a great catalog that goes back some years, but your association with Make the Girls Dance and your alignment with putting out sound similar to that label, could you talk a bit about your relationship with Hugel and Make the Girls Dance?
Yeah, basically Hugel is my best friend, There's no, I don't need to find excuses on this, He's my bro, and a couple of years ago he approached me, said, "Hey Tom, I think you should join the project, let's make this big, Latin house and all those things was not the thing,
Yes.
So we start like basically the movement, and especially Hugel, okay, so I came after. And then we start the project, bro. We just start like making music like he's doing like for a more Latin side as Morenita, you know, with the Latin vocals, which I was doing too. And we had a very like professional conversation. He said, bro, I'm already doing this. Why you don't do different? I said, bro, I already got the different one. So I want to show you.
Yeah.
And then I show him Bololo. And Bololo was this. It's the Brazilian vocals from funk, more street. And then we put the beats that is like more our vibes. But this time I was still doing a little bit of tech house music. That's why the beat is a little bit more, you know, this kind of loopish thing. But Hugel still jumped on it and he loved the idea. So he did a couple of changes and then we released it. But I was always the guy that I was thinking ahead of the things, because people right now, for example, they are still doing the Arabic stuff and they are there like attacking it. You know, there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
For me, it's already like done. I played a lot of this, so right now I'm looking for something new. You know, what's gonna be tomorrow? And I already got some new things. And I'm put out like the next couple of days. I will start to make it the new thing. You know?
Yeah.
Ah. So, for example, with Hugel was like this. Flo just told me, bro, like, you need to find something different than the tech house. And I was like, bro, I can make this a mixture between the Latin house, but with more drums, like more samba, more Brazilian, you know, because in Portugal, I'm Portuguese, you know, like we are like a country with a lot of mixed cultures there, you know. I think it's also like Netherlands, you know. We have a lot of different culture. Africans, you know, we got like the Brazilians, you know. So I had like, if I grow with this, why I don't put this together and as a new experience for the people to listen, you know? And this was the thing with the Brazilian vocals, that funk music for me have one thing that always shocked my brain. You know, like you listen to the music and it sounds like the beat is one key and the vocal is another one. So it was kind of shocking for me. So I was trying to make more my thing, so that's why I put more the drums to make the people dance, you know, especially the girls, as you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then the vocals more Brazilian, because we are Portuguese, so we both speak Portuguese. And I think like it's what people know me by, you know, right now.
Yes. Yeah, because I wanted to ask, because it's obvious that a lot of people want to become DJs or are becoming DJs, and a lot of DJs are playing Afro House, become quite trendy and popular. And the truth is, what you guys have built at Make the Girls Dance is quite trendy, and everybody's playing it. So coming to the end of this year and going into next year and beyond, I was curious where you see the sound going, because I've even noticed guys that have been playing, or DJs that have been playing a lot of Afro House, are leaning a bit more into melodic, sounding a little punchier, a little darker. Indie seems to be quite trendy right now too. So I was curious how those trends and may influence what you guys are doing at Make the Girls Dance, and where you see the sound going into next year.
So basically what I think is like, we don't have to follow any trend. That's why like we started this project. It was about to make something that just make the people dance, you know, and the girls, as you know.
Yeah.
And then like it's club music, you know. So we don't really look like if it's okay, it's mega dark, it's mega popish. We don't see that. We see like it's good music. And that's it, you know? And for example, I saw, a couple of artists on the label are releasing more drummy stuff. Some other people are going more melodic, you know, and the label still accept the sound, and they want it to be like a little bit of variation, you know, don't need to be just one thing, you know? So I also think, for example, Grosso Modo, they were doing a little bit of more darker side of Afro House. And for example, I'm not Afro House at all. I'm doing Tribal House, because I born on this. Okay. So I just back to roots and rebuilding to sound 2025, and right now 2026.
Yeah.
People are still here. I'm thinking on 2026, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, my head is always trying to be ahead.
Right.
Because as you know, like, I don't know if you know this, by the way, I have been making music in the past years for a lot of other artists, you know? And
I heard something like this.
Yeah.
Actually, I was... we were talking about him earlier, but you were at Aya Studios, Chuku, and he was saying he saw a lot of high-profile people messaging you. I think he just saw the phone open or something like that. He's like, bro, this guy's messaging me. He's like, Tom Enzy's doing some big shit. I was like, whoa, for real? Like, he's like, that guy is behind a lot of people's music.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's true. But those things are very private,
Sure, of course.
I work for a lot of people, but right now I'm more focused on my project. So I stopped doing a lot of stuff for other people. I'm more focused on Tom Enzy, and I will make Tom Enzy big,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the focus. But yeah, I did music for a lot of big artists, bro, in the past. Privates that I can't say here, but huge names. And right now I'm just focused on my project, and I will make this big for me,
Yeah.
That's what I'm focused on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool, man. What made you say, I want to go from being the guy behind the scenes to the guy in the limelight now? Like, what made you say, okay, I've been behind here long enough helping everybody else get on. It's time for Tom Enzy to get on.
Yeah, I think I got a vision for this very clear. I born to be the sun, not to be the shadow. Because of my personality,
Yeah.
Like you said, I go to the group, I make jokes, I make people happy, that's me.
Yeah.
So this is not a guy that should be in the shadow. He's a guy that should be the sun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think this is the thing that I want to really do, is make my brand big. Because imagine, you work for other artists. One day those artists, from another one, they decide, I don't want to do this anymore. And you just you don't have anything more. So if you focus on yourself, I think would be long-term hardest job to make big, but then after it compensates way more.
Yeah.
So I came from the producer in the studio making a lot of music for the guy that is doing music on all the flights, because I there's one promise that I did to myself, okay? Even if I'm mega busy, which I am right now, traveling all the weekends to different countries, I'm just focused on making sure that when I release my music, it's really mine. I do it, because if I'm not giving something that is mine, what I'm doing when I'm performing live,
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's so interesting you brought that up. And this is something that I've gotten personally transparent on the podcast about. And I've had this interesting relationship with music production where I've had a lot of great mentors. I would go hard at it for a certain period of time, stop, start again. And I had this unique experience where I had other people help me finish my music or even help me put out music that wasn't totally mine. And the music would come out and everything was cool. It was received pretty well, but something didn't feel real to me. Something inside me, even where I'm at, even at my age right now, I said, there's something inside me that's super curious to go through the process of learning production more and more to find my sound. Of course, I understand that there's high-level engineers and mastering and even extremely great producers that could help me evolve the song more, but there's something in me that's curious to seek and find what is my sound, what is the impact I want to make on the industry. So I'm here after all of this stop and starting stuff over this last year, way more committed than ever, and really enjoying the process of production. And I'm looking forward to putting some stuff out next year that I feel represents me.
Exactly.
I don't want to sit here and judge anybody. I understand the concept of ghost production, and success looks different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
But for me, there's something in me, like I keep saying, that's curious to find something unique and special to make my imprint on the scene.
No, that's really true. And when I was saying this also, I just want to make clear, I was not discriminating other people that have this, because some people is really busy. They don't have time to breathe, so they have to have somebody to help.
Yeah.
But in my case, as an artist, I don't feel well if I don't do my own thing.
Yeah.
That's me, because I'm very creative. You maybe you still don't know the process when I work, bro. Every single sound, even from the nature, sometimes I sample, I make it happen, because I feel like this is like God. God gives you signs. If you don't listen to these signs, there's something around you, bro. Sometimes just one small sound. I know one song, for example, that I really like Gregor Salto. You know Gregor Salto, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Gregor Salto got a song called Miami.
Okay.
And I know where he get the sample. And people still maybe didn't realize. That small sample, the pep, pep, it's from the lights when you cross the streets. He sampled that. He make this a crazy song. I still play that song. I played in Space Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy song. I still play it. That those small sounds are things that you can make unique on your own sounds. And it's the daily sounds. Oh, when you play the song, you're like, where is this song from? Because I recognize this. Where from? This, the walks, bro. That make the noise. They have the lights. I don't know how to say in English, in the truth. You click and it go pop, pop for the people that that they can see.
Oh yeah.
So this is the thing, bro. There's a lot of things that you can do that is you. It's your experience. You were crossing the street. You recorded. It's you. That's why I want to, every time people listen to my music, they listen, okay, this is Tom Enzy. Normally what happened on the songs is the drums. They said, bro, I can play other people's drums, but when I play yours, it's harder.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I focus on making my mix and master, my own, because I want it to sound me.
Okay.
I know a lot of big engineers, they can make like huge sound, maybe better than me, but this is not me,
Wow. Yeah. Even down to the mix and the master.
Yeah, I do everything.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm the guy just like with a computer, headphones, mixing already on the airplanes, bro. I gotta do it, There's no more time for it.
Dude, crazy. I want to just like sit on this production thing for a minute because, as you can maybe tell, I'm super curious to get better and stuff. What was your process to becoming such a self-sufficient producer? Like, how did you learn to go from building the basic structure of an idea to building a full-out song to understanding how to mix and master it and clean it up and everything, make it sound powerful? What was your process to teach yourself to do all of this?
So I think like this is like, we are humans, we have 30 days to get used to something. When we got these habits, we're going to take it forever. So I was the type of producer that I start a loop, like, 30 seconds loop, and then like I don't finish the record. That was me in the past. So this, I start thinking like as a producer, is like making a cake. You need to have the right ingredients, right? So when you have the right ingredients and it's there, if you don't finish it, people will never listen to your music.
Yeah.
People will never recognize you,
Yeah.
So I start like having the habit of when I do an idea, I need to finish it. There's no other way to do it, So I start focusing on making the thing, and sometimes it's like I start, for example, with a drop, okay? Because I want it to be like, okay, this is hard. I will finish it,
Yeah.
You get excited about it.
Yeah.
But sometimes the record is not at 300% that you feel it. But then I leave it and I write the name on a document because I want to go back to this project, listen, and maybe like I have a synth that I did on another project that was not making sense on this one, but when I put on this beat that I had already, makes a lot more sense,
Okay.
So the process that I have is like never forget the projects that you have before, because you can finish both together, sometimes bringing stems from one side to another, and then you finish both songs. I already got like a lot of songs that I finish it like this.
I see. So if I understand correctly, if you start an idea and even if you don't fully believe it's going to be a hit, still finish the project, carry it across the finish line.
Yeah.
Because even though it's like not 100% confident for you to want to put it out there, there's elements of it that could be used for another thing, or maybe you come back to it later. But at least it's a more or less finished project.
And sometimes that project that you don't trust, you release it, and it's the biggest song.
Yeah, true.
So there's no like magicians here on this side.
Yeah.
It's like you just gotta be the guy that you feel what you release, And a lot of my music is, most of the music that I release, all of them, I need to feel it. Because if I don't feel it, I prefer to not release it.
Yeah.
I'm not losing time on this, to make just okay music. I want to be showing the best of me,
Yeah.
And this is what I'm doing right now. I'm focused on making something different. Because, let's be honest, everybody called this Afro house. But this is not Afro house. We are tribal house,
Yeah.
That's the truth. The drums are tribal house.
True. Okay.
So, the Afro house, I don't even know what is more, because it's so mixed and it's so good to have it, I think the music should develop on a way. Not putting labels on it, but just making good music, even if it's fusions from genres.
Right.
This is what makes the new thing, For example, a long time ago, everybody called Dirty South. For example, that Usher and, the
Lil
Yes
Jon,
song.
Yeah,
the Lil Jon song was called a different name, was Dirty South. But nowadays, trap.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's trap. But that's trap still, So with the age, we call this like the, how can I say this? It's like a cycle, and the cycle goes for a turn, and this turn is coming back.
Yeah.
So maybe like in some years, it was the tribal. Right now is the Afro.
Yeah.
And maybe like in a couple of years, it's gonna be a different name. So that's why I'm saying. never put labels on things. You enjoy this vibe, just go and enjoy this vibe,
Yeah, like
that's it,
Yeah. Instead of like, sometimes I was talking to artists yesterday and I said, so are you guys like considered melodic techno? Because I heard you in melodic techno records, and they're like, yeah, but our recent release was kind of leaned more into Afro. And he's like, I don't think we really want to be in a box or a label. Yeah.
Exactly. People, I think art is art when you do without thinking. If you are already putting labels on yourself, no, I'm Afro House, you're gonna be close there.
Yeah.
No, you just like do good music. I can put a synthesizer from tech, from techno, from tech house, and then still make a very tribal drum, and then put a synth from the Afro, and then go and take like a synthesizer from a music that don't have anything to do jazz.
Yeah.
No matter. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Why should I close myself and say, no, this is not Afro, I'm not doing it.
Right.
This is not tribal, I'm not doing it. This is not techno, I'm not doing it. I don't want to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
You are formatting yourself for something that is not cool. Art is when you have the freedom to create without thinking, And this is what I do.
Yeah, I love it, bro. So we spoke a lot about music production, but recently you've been putting up some interesting clips of you going crazy scratching when you're DJing.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? What's the backstory to know? Like, I didn't know you knew how to like DJ, because when you think electronic music, you think just kind of going left to right. Maybe you're on 2 or 3 different decks, blending songs. But then when you think DJ, proper scratching, almost like hip hop, right?
Yeah.
So like, do you have a backstory playing hip hop, or like, what's the whole history with DJing for you?
So I don't have anything to do like with the hip hop. I mean, I produced a lot of hip hop for other people, but I don't. Yeah, because I don't just do dance music. I do for other people different genres.
Oh yeah.
I did Netflix. I did trap. I did hip hop. I did rap. I did everything that you could imagine in music. Yeah. So, but my thing is with the scratch was I was and I'm still big fan of Laid Back Luke. Even if they don't play the genre that I really like, I understand what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Laid Back Luke, DJ Chucky, Haytrack, James Abiela, for me, the best DJs in the world technically, and I appreciate the real thing, the real DJing. Because I start like very young with 4 years old. At 5, I was already DJing. At 8, I was considered the youngest DJ in the world. So I have a background of the vinyl side,
Whoa, crazy,
so
dude.
Where the thing was the real DJing,
Yeah.
Because right now it's easier with the CDJs. Don't mean that they are not real, but it's easier nowadays.
Of course. What's your opinion on the fact that DJing has become so trendy and everybody wants to be a DJ? Do you have any concerns that it's like the scene's getting oversaturated, or people are kind of making a mockery of the art of DJing because it's so easy to become one? And it's like, I made this Instagram post a couple weeks ago, and I was speaking to a friend in the U.S., and he was saying something like he said, bro, it's so crazy right now. Like, I tried to hire a couple girls to be bottle service girls at my club, and they said, no, we can't do it because we're trying to become DJs. And then he has like friends that were like supporters of him in the club, so they would come and buy bottles and stuff and tables to support his parties. He's like, even those people aren't booking tables because the main guy says he wants to be a DJ now, and he's asking me for opportunities. So it's like there's this crazy epidemic of DJs or people becoming DJs. What's your thoughts on it?
I think everybody have the freedom to do whatever they want, but there's space for new DJs and space for the real DJs that are already there for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't discriminate people that want to be DJs right now, but I always, by myself, I have the tendency of selecting who is real and who is not,
You can feel it.
I think everybody do it.
Yeah.
But nobody says it.
Right.
And I am hashtag no filter. Everybody know me like this, I say everything I think, So there's a couple of DJs, for example, doing big waves, They sell crazy tickets, girls there, they take T-shirts to show the body, blah, 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 blah. This is the way they see the things. So I'm not discriminating them again, but that's the way they see the DJing side. I don't. I see the technically. The way you read the crowd, the way you play the records, the way you show the new music that they still don't know they love,
Yeah.
When you play something fresh and they go like, ooh, I didn't know that I like this,
Yeah.
We need this, educational.
Right.
So I respect everybody that is trying to be a DJ right now, and I know as as this going to be very trendy.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even more than it is right now, you know?
Fuck, I can't imagine.
Yeah, so everybody wants to be a DJ is the normal. Like, for example, in Portugal, we have like Big Brothers and all those programs, the TV shows, you know?
Yeah.
And they all, when they finish the program, they want to be a DJ. Right now, not anymore. But because it's not a big fever there. But when it's going to be a big fever in Portugal again, everybody want to be a DJ again, you know? And I think it's a cycle again, you know? I saw this 20 years ago happening.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. People came from the Big Brother and they want to be DJs. DJs, singers, the things that give money.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you see very quick who is the real or don't, you know?
Yeah.
It's an automatic selection, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think everybody do that.
No doubt. Dude, I want to play something. And, okay, I'll play it first and I'll ask my question.
Okay. Oh, shit.
I'll jump forward a bit.
Do it. That's very old.
2013.
Yeah.
I'll jump ahead a bit more.
Crazy, huh?
Dude, so this is 2013, Tom Enzy, What the Fuck, WTF, Make Some Fucking Noise mix, it's called. Who was Tom Enzy then, and who is Tom Enzy now?
This is exactly this. It's, you know, like, I think I have a very, like, vision of this, and I will tell you, very raw, okay?
Yeah.
You know when you are 20s,
Yeah.
you are a kid, you are still trying to find yourself.
Yeah.
And you try to do every single type of music, but then there is a timing, and for me it was at the 30, that you start asking yourself, bro, would you be proud of yourself in 10 years listening to what you've done before?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no way. I was not happy. I was doing music because this was kind of trendy.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to explore how to do this music because it was too much channels of production. I had like channels with this type of production with 300 channels, you know, it's crazy. Wow. So I was trying to develop my mix on this.
Yeah.
And this also was part of it. So I don't discriminate the people that do this music.
Yeah.
Because it's still cool. For example, the generation of the you know, like the 90s people, they always will be like, okay, this is big sound, I grow with this, you know? But I liked it, but was not really what put me into dance music.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what put me on dance music? Because I was producing that and I was not enjoying it.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was just producing because yes.
Yeah.
That's why right now, when I put my music out, I think like I will be proud of this when I listen to this in 10 years, you know. And I have another like idea about it. It's like, you know, like when you are at the 20s, you hit all the food, but at the 30s, you start like selecting what food you really want to hit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True.
And your taste about the wine on the 20s is like, you know, on the 30, you already like got a good taste on the things, even on the food and other things, in the clothes that you dress, everything. And then, like, there is a sign on me, you know, that goes like, hey, you got to be proud of everything you hit, everything you do, everything you create need to be really good. And you need to be proud of yourself in 10 years. Because this is like the age that you really find your taste.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's no taste. There's the Enzy boy doing everything.
Yeah.
You know, everything.
But trying, exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is good. This is part of my history.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Hey, bro, you were really doing EDM-ish before," you know, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Right.
I was doing music.
Right.
And I was finding how to make this what I'm doing today. But when I start again doing the tribal house, I go back and I remember I finished the first track. I go back to my wife. My wife is the head of my project, by the way. She's always with me. You know, every single decision that I take is me and my wife.
Wow.
As we build this project together.
How long have you been married?
Not married,
okay.
but 13 years, almost 14 together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, you know, we started everything when we were broke. together. When we open the fridge and there is only one sausage. And when she cried to me and said, I don't want you to give up on your dreams, so I will find 3 jobs. And she did it. Okay, so shout out to my wife. She's the best in the world, you know. Wow. I love you, Rita. So this is, there's a big story, bro. There's not always like flowers and good trips and good hotels. There's not only this, bro. There's a lot before that you go through till reach out level, you know. And I'm still not done yet. I promise I'm going to be way bigger than what I am right now. And I'm working for this, you know. Wow. Not saying this with any arrogancy.
Yeah.
Because I'm very humble, you know?
I feel it.
I don't want to be that guy, a superstar that is arrogant. No, I want to be the guy that go on the streets. People want to take pictures with me. I go, you know, like I'm very humble. I don't want to have this superstar filter, no.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
Dude, just because I'm big on mindset and motivation, and the selfish reason I do this podcast because I want to have these kind of conversations and get fired up myself. So, you know, I played this song from 2013, not just to like make a funny moment for us, but to like maybe make you reflect a little bit on the journey from 12, 13 years ago now, right? 13 years at the end of this year. How can I ask this? Could you share a bit about the process to evolve and grow in such a competitive and challenging industry? I mean, we just heard this example of the fridge being basically empty and you still persevering and your wife believing you and everything. People need to hear this stuff because, I mean, I had a DM the other day from someone who said, bro, every day I want to quit this music profession, but I keep going because I keep watching your podcast every week.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, bro, I really got to keep going on this, you know?
You are doing something right because you're inspiring somebody else.
Yeah. So on that note, is there anything you could share about us, maybe just some general ideas or certain moments that were between that song, 2013, and now, maybe to inspire and just reflect on the journey a bit so people have some insight?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For example, when she opened the fridge and she cried to me, I was like, I'm giving up in everything right now because I can't survive doing music. You know, I'm not only living with this. I was a resident DJ, you know. I just broke the relationship with the club. I don't want to work anymore there, you know.
Wow.
You know why? Because Laidback Luke told me, you are too good to be a resident DJ. You know, and as a guy that really follows Laidback Luke as a DJ technically, any guy go like, you're too good to be a resident DJ, you got to start like your project as a freelancer. So also I think my wife also felt that, you know, and we put this in the project. And then we start a new name. Because I was not Tom Enzy, and I don't even want to touch on that name because it was too bad to be shown, you know?
Fair enough.
So, and then when you have like this bad moment in your life, you need to find solutions. Problems exist to find solution. And there's always a solution for everything.
Yeah.
The only thing that don't have solution is when you die. You die, done. You know? But everything got a solution. You got to just think yourself. If you can really trust yourself, if you can really trust on the things that you do, I promise, no matter when, you're going to make it. But just don't give up. Because the process that I have from taking my wife from a job to another one makes me like trying to accelerate the process, you know, of making this quick for her to stop like having 3 jobs. Bro, and I don't have... anything like I don't want to filter this and hide it. I bring her from one job to another one, you know, and I saw her crying. And this touched my soul so hard that I make a very big emotional song that was #1 in Portugal 3 months after. So in 6 months, I tell her, now you quit your job. All your jobs, please quit them. You go with me on tour because I'm having shows like every weekend already. It's time to go. You know, it's time to compensate everything you did for me. You know? That's why when you find a wife like this, take it. Wow. Just take it and grab it really hard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the thing that makes me do this song also was what I was living. The #1 song that I did was because of that. Because I was following into, you know, a wall that is like, it's so infinity, going deep, that you can go up again. But I trust in me so hard and in my talent so hard that I will make it, and I made it, you know?
Yeah.
And this is the thing, when you trust yourself, you attract. And the attraction, the universe always compensates you, you know, always.
Wow.
Yeah. And so don't forget, this sounds like internet phrases, like there's no it. Trust me.
Maybe a little bit, but I feel you.
Because people go through this and it happens to them. That's why they say this. But this is really true. If you trust, you really can make it. But just don't give up. Do it every fucking day,
Yeah.
Something good is going to happen.
Yeah.
And bro, like I produced for a long time. Only right now, I'm having the success that I thought I could have like 20 years ago.
Wow.
So never give up on this,
Yeah. Yeah.
People know me before more as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Right now is as a DJ. Right now I'm balancing stuff.
Yeah.
Showing them a DJ and producer,
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a timing for everything. Never give up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe you kind of already answered this, but I was just curious, your general mindset day to day. Like when you wake up, what are some of your initial thoughts? Are you focused on making sure you're feeling positive and happy and just you're attracting everything? Or what's your general mindset day to day, or what principles do you live by?
So first of all, as a DJ and touring this way,
mm-hmm.
I turn on my phone and I watch my family first. Family first. Bro, you can have a building, but if you don't have a foundation,
mm-hmm.
the base of it will fall. You gotta have the family. Family is the most important thing.
Mm.
And this thing is for a guy that you know. Adam, this is for you, bro.
Yes.
You said when a guy is married, you're done, you left the room. I know you were talking about the friends,
Yeah.
the friends that experienced the things with you, and I totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm married, and I'm here to stay. Trust me.
Amen.
So I think like I wake up, I look at my family. My family is good, I'm good. So I'm good to start my day.
Mm.
And my day is like starting, not reading emails, not looking at social media, because there's too much toxic things in social media.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
And also there's a lot of good things, but I try to don't look at it. So I want to live my real life. I'll go take the breakfast. Sometimes right now I'm on a diet, so I'm fasting for 16 hours, so there's no food.
Okay.
So on the lunch we talk about food,
Yeah.
But there's basically my beginning of the day is looking at the phone. My family is okay. We do a call. We start the day. My daughter go to the school. I have a video on my social media. You can see, for example, right now she sent me a video. Hey, Daddy, I'm going to the school right now. I want to be famous. Can you post this video? It's so funny, Like I have a daughter with 7 years old. So this is my family. I look at them first, and then I start like my day with production.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Even at this level, you're going to the computer, opening up a project.
There's no day off, bro. There's no day off.
Wow.
For me, special, there's no day off. I do like maybe like 2-3 records daily. And I'm focused on making it the best quality possible. You know what I do? Like I have 2-3 records daily, right? And then I select from at the end of the week, I go and I select, okay, these ones I will play. These ones I will put it here on the box that I will listen in a couple of days to make sure they are really good.
Yeah.
Because when you do music, you are too much time on it.
Yeah.
That you like lose the notion or the knowledge of like what's a good song.
Uh-huh.
So you gotta stop, breathe. Your ears need to breathe.
Yeah.
And then you come back to them because it could be a big song there.
Yeah.
And you don't listen because you're tired. So I stop, like I give time to my ears to listen to it.
Yeah.
For example, people send me songs for collaborations.
Yeah.
And they want me to tell them, okay, I will collaborate on it when I listen. I don't like that because I want to make like sure that the song attracts me and I really feel the same emotion all the time. Not just because right now I'm very hyped because I got a good news. That song could sound so good. And then like when I'm on the worst period of time, I listen to the song and I go like, yeah, not for me,
Mm-hmm.
So I listen long time.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that really big song. So what I do in my day, again, go back to this.
Yeah.
So I check my family, I do production, and then I start like answering calls. For example, my tour manager calls, my team, my bookers, and then like I start like making a day without thinking too much. I know people go to gym, they have a day very organized,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, bro. Like I travel a lot, I'm living basically in the airplanes. right now. Now, shout out to Hugel. He told me, like, bro, you're going to live in airplanes. Be ready, Wow. And right now I'm living in airplanes, in different hotels. You sleep in beds that is not your bed. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but you adapt to this life.
Yeah.
And then, like, you have, like, for example, I'm on a diet, so I don't eat everything. So I got to be careful in everything I decide to eat. So this is basically my life. I don't think too much. I go with freedom. When I go back to home, there is rules.
Yeah.
I wake up, I go first thing of the day, you just go check my daughter, my wife, everything is all right, perfect. So we start the day, we put my daughter in the school, I came, my wife take the breakfast, I stay with her talking about future things, about everything that we have. Family, it depends of the days,
Yeah.
We speak. We just barely have time when it comes to when I'm on tour, it's very hard. So we talk less. So when I'm at home, I try to be the most personal guy. And then after I talk about the business.
Yeah.
I'm always present, bro. No matter if I'm distant, bro, right now the phones helps a lot. Because I remember when we were in tours maybe 30 years ago, 20 years ago, people don't have the phones, the cameras to do these calls,
Mm-hmm.
So you miss less because you are with a phone,
Yes.
So you can have the calls, the videos, the talk,
True.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And so when I'm at home, I try to be the most personal thing, and then we talk about the professional stuff after. And then my day is basically family time, because I stay there 2-3 days, and then I left again for a tour.
Yeah.
So I got to be very, very family guy, and I'm a very family guy. I have a curiosity that I also want to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy that I go to clubs, enjoy parties. I can't enjoy parties. I don't know why, because maybe because I started DJing very young.
Uh-huh.
I was in the clubs with my mom and my family at 5 years old. At 8, I was already touring a lot there. So I don't even feel that I'm not a party guy.
Yeah.
I'm just the guy behind the decks. I'm a party guy,
Yeah.
I love to give experience to people.
Yeah.
That's me, So that's basically my life, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself spiritual at all? You have any sort of religious belief or?
Yes. So honestly, when I start trusting in God, I put everything in God's hands, my career start like a rocket.
Come on, yeah?
Yes.
Wow.
This is funny because it's like my daughter, she went to go to the church, she's studying the history of God and all those things, and I think it's called catechesis.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have this, and I start the fathers also need to go, father and mother, they need to go, they need to assist.
Yeah.
So I start listening to a couple of things, and it makes a lot of sense for me. You listen something that also click on you. What you doing here if you don't trust anything that you're living on,
I mean, couldn't have said it better, bro.
Yeah.
For me, it's I like to say I'm reestablishing my spiritual connection to God. And when I talk to people about it, I say, look, I'm not picking this up to try and prove that this existential spirit God exists. But let's say, for example, it doesn't exist. This book has some pretty good principles that we could live by and some good wisdom and a good guideline to be a good human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's positive.
It's really good to believe in something, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
There is a God, You are also your own God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you trust, honestly with you, I was very afraid to fly. I have crazy experience when it comes to fly.
Okay.
I had one flight from Switzerland to Lisbon, bro, that was a nightmare. Everybody was saying goodbye to everybody. Was red alert, nobody in Lisbon, in the streets. You look down, there's no cars, nothing, bridge closed, everything empty. And we were landing. We tried to land 4 times. At the 5th, I had basically a panic attack, and I told the guys, hey guys, I pay to die. Can we go land in Algarve, in Faro, which is 30 minutes? Yeah, and I don't know if it was that I made, but we land in Faro, and it was there the TV, because everybody was scared. Bro, I saw people in front of me having heart attacks. People saying goodbye to the babies, bro. I was with my wife, we were with Angie attached. Bro, there's no other words to describe this. I was shitting in the pants, and then was so scary for me. And right now, every time I fly, bro, I'm flying every weekend, basically,
Yeah.
And I put in the hand of God everything I do. there's like an energy that guides you. Mm-hmm. Just be good, bro.
Yeah.
The universe will return to you. God will return to you. Trust me.
Yeah.
So just be cool with everybody. There's another thing that I want to say is be cool to everybody. Because tomorrow, the world, you are here and it turns. Yeah. You are there, down again. So be cool. Because the people, when you were cool, they will remember you. But if you were a shit person, they don't want to be with you anymore.
True.
So be cool to everybody, always. I'm like this, so I don't need to have that filter.
Yeah.
I don't need to pretend that I'm a cool guy. Mm. I'm always the coolest guy. I don't like to see people suffering. I like to help each others. I born like this. So if I could help somebody, I would always do it. Mm-hmm. So if you have like a situation that you are not going through a good timing, I will be there for you. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have barely have time for my family, I always make time for the people that need me.
A question I have on that, so interesting you're bringing this up, but it's crazy for me. How do you use your discretion or your filter rather on who you give your energy, compassion, and time to? Because obviously a person with the amount of success and connections and resources and network and people you've got all of those sort of high-profile people, but then I'm sure there's a lot of people coming up in the DMs, sitting in the requests, asking for a hand, or people that were in your life before then disappeared, coming back around again, asking for some help and stuff like that. How do you manage, like, to give it some context, when you wake up and there's 200 messages or notifications in WhatsApp, how do you use your judgment to know who and where and when to help?
So that's a very hard question because you never know what's the intention of the people.
Yeah.
Even people that you know for a long time. And I felt like, for example, I will not say names because I don't judge people, Everybody got different ways to live and to be in life. And I respect that because nobody need to be equal to me, to be correct,
Yeah, yeah.
And I felt like, for example, I have a couple of friends, old school friends, that they watch me like making the struggle of all those years, and they never support me. They never share my stories. They never share my stuff. They never try to help.
Yeah.
And then right now, when I'm getting successful, they come to me asking for help.
Right.
Those ones, I'm honestly not giving help because if you don't support me when I really need it, and I asked you, now you come to me to ask me.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure you also had this,
Of course,
Everybody had this.
Yeah.
But the new people that really want to learn, I open some exceptions, and I let them to try to join. If I see like people that want to have a hand, I listen to all the demos they send me, even without barely time that I have. I listen to all the stuff. Mm. I save them. I go on the airplane. I listen everything. If I find a good idea that I like, and I think the kid got potential, I don't collab on it. I want him to shine. So I can give some advice to him, like where to place it as a label, or just give him like some advices on production with my experience that can be correct or not. Because who is me to tell him that he's correct or not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody got different vibes. So when you listen to a song, it's a vibe from him. Try to understand it. So before I judge the guy, I give him some, inputs, like feedback. Oh, bro, if I was you, I could do this, and that, I help the maximum I can. And giving permission to everybody to belong to my circle, I'm sorry, I'm not open for that. I don't want everybody to belong to my circle. I'm a very family guy. My best friends, I come from maybe from one,
Feel you. Yeah.
There are others are people that I know.
Yeah.
Not friends. Friends are the ones that when I'm in the bad timing, I call them and I know they're going to be there. And it's the same for me. When they are in problems, I'm there. Even if I'm on the other side of the world, I'll be there. Trust me. I'm very loyal to my people.
Yeah.
And shout out to Hugel, because he is one of this, okay? Mm-hmm. He's like a real one. He helped me a lot without noticing it, This is good people. Is when they help you without thinking they are helping you. but they just do it with the heart. And he helped me because he gave me, this shouldn't be maybe like public, but I will do it. Give me a plan. For me, that with this experience, that was the way growth, So he told me, like, I give you a plan. 1 year for you to be everywhere. But you just need to accomplish this. And he knows I'm one of the most hardest worker guys in this industry. Because what he told me to do in 1 year, I did it in 3 months.
Come on, for real?
Yeah, I work it so hard. Because he told me if I listen, I go. I listen him so loud. He knows this. I'm the one, like that listen more him, I'm pretty sure. And I listen him so hard that I accomplish everything in 3 months, bro. And he's one of the reasons why I'm also successful right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
so thank you for this flow. Flow, not Hugel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, so many amazing stories. We went places I wasn't sure we were going to go. It's been such a great conversation, man. I have one more question that I ask all of the guests at the very end. If you can go back and envision yourself and remember yourself, rather, being that local resident DJ before you decided that you would quit, and before that moment, I believe you said laid back Luke told you you're too good for this. What are 3 gems of advice, knowing we're in 2025 now, the advancement of technology, AI, social media, networking, all of this stuff? What are 3 gems of advice that you would give that local DJ that he or she needs to hear to go from local to global?
So first of all, keep it real. As the same thing as I did when I was experiencing all the different genres till I arrive now, and the 30 years decision of taste that I have, that's like, again, if I want to listen to my music in 10 years, I'm going to be proud of what I'm doing right now, is the same for the social media. Would you be like happy to see what you have been doing on social media right now in 10 years when you check it?
Okay.
Please be yourself.
Yeah.
Because don't try to be a person that you're not just to get viral, because in 10 years you'll not be happy with this, and it's not you. So try to be viral with you, because every single character is important in this world. Everybody is different.
Yes.
Not everybody likes the same.
Yeah, true. I like it.
For example, an example of this is Fisher.
Yeah.
Fisher is a crazy character.
Yeah.
Funny. He's always happy. He's always doing good moves,
Yeah.
People attracts by this.
Yeah.
So show your character. You don't need to be funny. Just need to be yourself.
Yeah.
Fisher is like this. And I know because I have friends in parallel and they told me Fisher is like this.
Wow, cool.
So this is one advice. Another advice, keep it real no matter what you do. And don't try to convince promoters to book you.
Okay.
Just show work. Because when you show work, they want to buy because of your work, not because you're trying to prove you are somebody else.
Yeah.
So make yourself like on a way that they want to book you, Yeah. I think this is the most like important advice on the industry. Because when you try so hard to show these people, they go like, oh, he's offering him so much, so basically for free, because you are trying to offer. So you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, you want to play? Okay, I will let you play. So he don't care about you, but he's inviting and you pay you like shit, So try to be the most raw in everything you do. Another thing, just do a lot of content, because content is key for everything nowadays.
Yeah.
You want to get noticed, even if your music is not good, just one song. You're at a distance of one song to change your life. So if you don't post on social media, if you're not active doing content, you would never make it. So create a lot of content, and I promise everything will be all right.
Wow. My man, I knew it was going to be a dope conversation. I didn't know we were going to go these deeper levels, but it's been so great, man. I learned so much from you. I want to take a moment to acknowledge you. These stories have inspired me. Like I said, the selfish reason I do these podcasts, to have these intimate conversations, motivate myself, but we also have a growing community of DJ producers and musicians alike that are really trying to get to the next level. And like I said, there was one guy that said he doesn't quit because of this podcast. So I'm sure this podcast will keep him going for another decade at least.
Yeah, hopefully, bro.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I hope this is my mission on Earth. I hope to inspire more people, because my history was not easy. you know? So I hope you guys find the strength inside of you to trust and to make things happen. I know you can. You really can. It's inside of you. Just look at it, you know?
Yeah.
You'll find it.
Beautifully said. Ladies and gentlemen, Brodie Nero, Tom Enzy, the best podcast, the best interviews. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it. Like, leave a comment. We'll see you in the next episode. Much love.